everybody, it's Richard Major here, and we are about to get started. Let's grab your ball, and if you don't have a ball, you can clasp your hands together. We're going to start by bringing them between our knees, sitting up nice and tall, and bringing them up over our head, getting some nice mobility in our back, breathing in as you come up, and breathing out as you go down. I don't know where you are today, but it is a beautiful day where I am, and it is a crisp morning in October. So wherever you are and whatever you're doing, which I hope is exercising, I hope you're having a great day. There's a few more times here coming up, and down, and up, and down. Last one, up, and down. Good. Oh, one more, up, and down. We're going to take the ball, bring it to our shoulder height, and we're just going to rotate our arms from one side to the other. I call this the old bus driver. You're turning that wheel, one side to the other. Try to keep your back nice and straight as you do it. Moving those arms, stretching out your shoulders and your forearms. Still breathing. This is, of course, the warm-up, so we're not doing anything too strenuous yet. We're just getting the joints warmed up, getting everything lubricated and loosened up for the rest of the day. A few more times. All right, we're going to take our ball, we're going to bring it into our body and back out. So we're just going in and out and in and out. And you can go at your own pace. If you go a little bit faster, you're going to get your heart beating a little bit more. You go slower, you're going to have some more muscle control. So you decide what you need. Good. And taking a little breather. You're going to put the ball between your knees. You're going to have your feet touching each other. And from here, you're going to just squeeze the ball between your knees as hard as you can. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And relax. And squeeze. And relax. If you do have a ball, I promise you, if it's a Major Living ball from the Strength and Balance kit, you will not pop it by squeezing it between your knees. I can't guarantee that for any other ball, but for the Strength and Balance kit, guaranteed you got a nice strong ball. You can squeeze and it will not pop. Keep on going there, squeeze that ball. What we're using is one of the weakest muscles in the body. It's on the inside of our legs. We usually used it traditionally for climbing trees, but of course we don't really climb trees too much, so the muscle's gotten weak. It's a very important muscle to strengthen. Alright, now we got the ball from out of our knees and into our hands again. It's at shoulder level. We're just going from side to side. And again, if you don't have a ball, you can always clasp your hands together and do the same routine. Going from side to side, twisting the core, getting a nice stretch in your core. Your shoulders should be feeling a little bit warmer now. We're getting our shoulders moved up. And to the side and back. Good. And as you can see, our participants here are sitting on the balance cushion. So if you have one, it'd be a great time to sit on it. It's good to just work on your balance and all of the smaller muscles in your core. If you don't have one, you can always get one at www.majorliving.ca. So what we're doing now is we have our elbows close to our ribs. We're holding onto the ball with the flat of our hands, and we're just pushing into the ball. We're trying to squish that ball together. Using another group of muscles called the internal rotators. And you're just squeezing that ball together. Looks good. Great work. Put the ball down to the side. Take some nice deep breaths. Feeling loosened up. I just want to thank my participants today as well for coming in and trying out this class with me. I'd like to thank Wayne and Doris. Good participants. Thanks for all of your participation and willing to volunteer for this video. And with the band on our lap, we're going to take it, pull it out away from our body, keep it pulled out, and bring it up over our head and back down. And by now your muscles should be a little bit loosened up from using the ball, so it should be okay. If any time that this is uncomfortable, just take a break. I'm going to take you through these exercises, but it's up to you to know when your limit is. Challenge yourself, but stop when you need to. So we're pulling the band away from our body, keeping it pulled at all times as we're going through the range of our shoulders from our knees up over our head, nice and high, and back down, keeping the band tight at all times, and up, and down. Great work, everybody. Little do you know, I can see you all. And for some of you, I don't understand why you're not engaged in participating. Unless you're taking a break. Let's keep moving. Pull that band out and up and back. And make sure you're breathing while you're doing this too. Great work. Taking a little breather. We're going to grab our lighter band this time. We're going to have one hand on our knee holding onto the band, and that's our anchor. We're not going to let that hand go anywhere. It's going to stay right where it is. And from here, you're grabbing about half of the band in your other hand. And I call this sheathing and unsheathing the sword. Because what you're going to do is you start between your legs, keep that arm straight, bring it up over your head, keeping your eye on your hand at all times, and then back down. And up, and back. And take the band up over the head, looking at the band, and coming back down. And up, and back. And up, and back, up, and back. Great work, everybody. Doing really, really well. This can be a challenging exercise, but it's actually one of the most beneficial for your shoulders. It takes it through the whole range. It's very good to do. And we're going to go to the other side now. Same thing, grabbing the band, making sure you have an anchor with your other hand, bringing it up over your head, keeping the arm straight, unsheathing your sword, and sheathing it back again. And up, and back. Good stretch there. You can do a little twist with your body, like Wayne's showing and demonstrating there. Coming up nice and high, keeping an eye on your hand as you're going through this motion. And up, and down, and up, and down. A few more times here. Doing great. Looking good. Probably getting a little sweat on. And that's good. Make sure you're breathing. Nice big breaths. Oh, good. Looks like someone can feel it. I'm going to take a break from our bands, get our heart moving a little bit, get our legs moving a little bit. Something we haven't done yet. So we're just marching on the spot. If you don't have a balance cushion, you can still use your chair. No problem. Try to keep your back off the backrest. If you do have the balance cushion, it will help with working on your balance and your stability. And it also seems pretty fun for these two anyway. Keeping those arms going, keeping the body moving. Cardio doesn't have to be running, folks. This itself is cardio. Believe it or not. And speeding it up fast as you can. Run, 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 run. A few more seconds. Almost there. 2, 1, and relax. Take a breath. Breathing in, bringing your hands up over your head, and out. And breathe in, stretching out your ribs, getting that air into your lungs, and out. If you want to cough, cough. Get all that dirt and cobwebs out of those lungs. And breathing good. Take a little breather there. And we're going to go grab our resistance loops. You're going to grab the loop that is according to your own strength, so you can determine what you're going to use. So you're going to take your loop, you're going to put it on your shoulder, you're going to put your hand between the loop, secure it with your thumb. Sort of how Doris has there. Wayne's struggling a little bit. There it is. Okay. Now hands are on the shoulder. Other hand is up. Fingers pointing towards the ceiling. And you're going to straighten your arm down. Keep your elbow to its side. So the elbow stays at the ribs. And the hand moves down. All right. Good job, Doris. You got the right idea. Another variation is to keep your elbow out in front and straighten your arm out. Sort of what Wayne and Doris are doing right now. So there's a few different variations you can do. Key thing though is if you just keep your elbow to the side and bring it straight down. Good. And we're going to go to the other side now. Switching bands to the other side. What we're doing here is the back of our arms, the triceps, also known as the turkey wings. Is that what it's called? So we're tightening up the back of those arms there, making them nice and toned, looking good for that beach. Straightening that arm down. Keep your elbow to the side, straighten the arm down. Try not to move your arms. So we got two different examples here. Doris is actually doing a very correct version. She's got her elbow to the side, hand comes up, straightens down. Hey, Wayne's got it now too. Although he is moving the arm forward quite a bit, that elbow is not maintained. So what's more correct is Doris, keeping the arm stationary and then straight down. There we go. Now he's got it. Wayne's on it. Elbow right to the side. It does not move. Hand comes down to the floor and back up. Really focusing on the back of the arm and back. Try not to move your arm. Try not to swing it. Just keep your elbow glued to the ribs. Push your hand down to the floor. Great work. Good job. Going to put those down for now. And we're going to grab one of the resistance bands according to what your strength and resistance is. From here we got the bands out to the side. And this is another variation of the triceps. So if using the loops is a little bit difficult, what you can do is bring your elbows back towards the shoulders, and then just straighten your arms out. Keep your elbows up to the shoulders, straighten your arms out to the sides. Good. Another variation, use a little bit more shoulder muscles as well. Just wanted to show you an example of that. Third variation too is the same idea as the loop, having your hand on your shoulder. But this time you're using the band, and if the loop is a little bit difficult, this is a variation you can use to make it a little bit easier. So you just have the band on your shoulder, hand up towards the ceiling, and just straighten the arm down, keeping your elbow to the side. There you go, just a quick example. We're not going to get into it, we already did a lot of the triceps already. Now we're going to work on our lower body and our lower extremity. So let's just put the resistance loop up towards our knees. And I would suggest starting up at the knees initially. It's a little closer to the hips versus the ankles, and so you're going to be less likely to cause injury for a new exercisee if you have the loops up by your knees instead of your ankles. So let's start by putting our loops up by our knees. There we go, all set. Keeping your feet touching, feet together as close as they can be. And we're just going to open our knees up, hold them for a second or two, and then bring them back in. Open and close. How's your posture? Are you still sitting upright? Is your back off the backrest? That'd be good too. There you go, getting set up. Good posture there. Well done. Challenge yourself. See how you do. If you want, you can always hold on to the band for a little more stability so it's not going to move around. Just going to open and close. And we're using a lot of the muscles in the hips here actually. So if you're actually experiencing sore knees, especially on the outside, this may be one way to help reduce that pain, potentially. This next exercise, we're going to have our feet out a little bit farther apart, more about our hip width apart. Keeping our legs out towards the hips, we're going to bring our knee up and back down. Other side, up and down. Always keep that resistance band taut as you come up and down. So you're using a lot of the leg muscle, but you're also using your core muscles too. And if you're sitting on a balance cushion, try to have your hands out in front like you're a zombie and bring your knees up. Try to touch your hands. You're going to really work on your balance muscles with that balance cushion. You got your resistance loop. You got your core muscles are on. Everything is getting worked. This is a great exercise to do, folks. Good. Now we're taking both of our legs out and back in and out. Try sliding them on the floor if you can. If not, you can pick your feet up as well and do it. And back and out and back. Just a little more of a dynamic movement using the bands. Keep it going. Good job. And you're holding it there. Hold it, hold it, hold it. 2, 1, and relax. There, and relax. It's that timing there. All right, so if you're feeling comfortable with it, you can bring the bands down to your knees now. You're going to hold on to the chair, no problem there, because we're going to bring our feet up off the chair. This is a little bit more of an advanced exercise, but you guys can do it. I know you can. You're a strong group of people. Bringing those legs out to the side and back in, and out and back in. We're only doing 5 repetitions, taking a rest, and we're going to do it again. Oh, and they can tell they're feeling it right in the butt cheeks, and that's what you want. Little motivation pep talk there. Getting ready. And hands back on the chair, sitting up, bring those feet up and pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, hold it, 3, 2, 1, and back down. Good work. Feel the burn, folks. Feel the burn and feel the benefits. That's what I like to say. Just remember, daily consistency makes improvement. That's long-term gain. So practice daily. All right, so now you got your feet out again, holding onto the chair. Now bring them up and down instead of side to side. Up and down. You can see in this video, I just got a nice new pair of socks. Hope you like them. Good job, and take a little rest there. Nice deep breather. You deserve it. We're working hard here, folks. Doing good. We're almost over getting it done. I'm doing it again, bringing it up and down. Now, if you're having difficulty sitting up straight, you can bring your shoulders back towards the armrest for this, or sorry, towards the back of the chair. That's not a problem. If you want to engage your core, you can sit up a little bit higher with your back off the backrest and continue to do so. Great, we're going to take the bands away from our feet now. And we're going to grab our resistance bands again. Putting them on our lap. We're going to grab the band at lap width apart, bringing our hands up to our shoulder level, keeping our arms straight and pulling the band away from our body. And try to keep the band taut as you come back in. Try not to let it get loose. Keep it nice and taut. Pulling away from the body and back together. This is really a great exercise for posture, for keeping your shoulders drawn back naturally. And if you do this enough times, you'll find that your posture actually increase. And maybe that neck pain you're having from being hunched over on a table or sitting for so long might actually start to get a little bit better. As a quick review here, there's your triceps again. So keeping the elbows bent, straightening them out. More tools for your toolbox, folks. Keep it going. Knowledge is power, and you guys are learning. Great work. Put the bands down. Take some nice deep breaths. What we're going to do is we're going to lean back, keeping our body nice and straight, working on our core. We're going to bring our shoulders back to touch the back of the armrest. Not armrest, back of the chair. Then you're going to sit up using your stomach muscles. Stay as straight as a cedar tree. Touch the back of your chair. Sit back up nice and straight, using those core muscles. If you're using the balance cushion, it is very difficult, but you're doing it. You can keep your hands up. And then from here, try to bring opposite hand to opposite knee. Crunching in. That's it. Just like Doris there. And good. Wayne's getting it. That's it. You can notice the difficulty in the balance cushion. Is it difficulty or is it a good challenge? You can also find balance cushions at www.majorliving.ca, as well as all the bands and loops that you need. Good. That was a tough core exercise, folks. You're making it through. Now we're going to do some bicycle kicks now. So you're holding onto your chair, bring those knees up just like you're riding a bicycle. This is a good time to take some breaths and relax. Okay, we're going to start standing now. We're going to do some standing exercises here. We're going to grab our resistance band. We're going to step on it with either 1 or 2 feet. That's your decision. And we're going to keep our elbows to the side, bring our hands up towards our shoulders, and back down. The way you grip it doesn't really matter as long as it's comfortable for you. Coming up. And down, using the biceps. You need these biceps, folks. You need to comb your hair, to grab a drink, to bring a fork to your mouth. That's just a few of the essential daily things that we do with them. But there's a lot more that the biceps do. And good. Take them out of your feet. Oh, sorry, not yet. We're just grabbing the band at about shin height. We're going to go from one side, bend to the side, and the other. We're going to have slight resistance with our exercise bands as we're doing this. And back, side to side. Looking good. Almost done there. Side. Good. And take a break. We're going to grab our resistance loops again. And keeping the bands to the side. Sorry, keeping your elbows to the side. To your ribs, you're going to bring that band away from the body. And if the loops are difficult, as you can see with Doris there, you can also use your exercise band, which she's going to demonstrate shortly. But for the rest of you, if you can do it, keep your elbows to the side, bring your hands away from the body. You're using your external rotators, and this is one exercise that will trigger more neurons in your muscles in the shoulders than any other exercise you can do. So Doris is going to try with the resistance band instead of the loop, and she's going to demonstrate how you can do it using the band. You're going to have your thumbs pointing up towards the ceiling, keeping your elbows to the side and pulling away from the body. It's a good time. Look at all those smiles there, folks. I hope you're enjoying this as much as these two. Great work. And a little more of an advanced move. If you feel it's not comfortable for you, please don't do this, but this is something you can definitely try out. Holding the band up over your shoulders and pulling away from your body. I would suggest starting off with a resistance band initially, not the loop, and just going slowly and feeling how this is working. It's not one to cause a lot of injury, it's just using a lot of muscles that we don't use often. And relax. Great work. We're almost done, folks. We're just finishing off the last few exercises here. You're doing great. Keep it up. We're going to take that resistance loop again, put it between our legs. And get ready for the next exercise. Okay, so we're going to take the chair for support. If you're having any balance issues, you definitely want to use the chair. If you want to challenge yourself, what I would say is just have it on standby as you're trying this out. And so what you're going to do is you're going to stand with your feet about hip width apart, bringing one leg out to the side and back. And although you can't really see the exercise, and I apologize for that, what they're doing is they're just bringing their leg out to the side. They're keeping their toes in line. So they're keeping their toes straight. They're not pointing their toes out at all. They're keeping it just straight forward, keeping the leg out to the side, feeling that resistance, maintaining good posture, holding it, 3, 2, 1, and back. You're going to switch legs. And the other side. This again, on average, is one of the weakest muscles in the body. This is a really important muscle for balance and stability. And so with it being one of the weaker muscles, it can cause a lot of problems unless you start strengthening it. So if anything, this is an exercise you may want to consider doing on a daily basis, especially if you have balance issues. Going away from the body and back. So this can get you that beach booty, folks. Good work. Okay, now maintaining that loop between your legs there. Just loosening up, getting those hips loose. Looking good. Now you're going to keep your legs straight. Now keeping your legs straight, you're going to bring it back behind your body. You can also go on a little bit of a 45-degree angle as well. So you're bringing the band back, keeping your posture always upright. So if you find that you're bending forward, you're doing it wrong. Keep your back straight and just move your leg. It doesn't have to be a big movement either. Holding it and back. We're going to switch sides. There's a good version here. Bring that leg back and together. And back, together. Keep that leg straight, bringing it back behind your body, maintaining good posture. And remembering to breathe. Breathe, breathe. Good work. A few more times. 2, 3, and hold. And return. Good work. Oh yeah, some tender muscles there, Wayne. All right, we're going to take our balance cushions now. We're going to step on the balance cushion with our front leg. This is what we're called as a lunge. So you may want to hold on for support as well. If you don't have a balance cushion, you do not need to use a balance cushion for this exercise. You can just keep your foot flat on the ground. But if you want to work on your balance muscles and some stabilizers, this balance cushion is a great tool to have. So you're leaning forward on that front leg. You're going to push back with your front leg. Leaning forward onto your front leg, push back with your front leg. Good. Down and up. And if you need to hold onto a chair for support, you go for it. And back and down and up. Down and push back with the front leg. Good work. Good, okay, now we're going to try it out doing the same thing, but we're going to do a twist with the ball, or if you don't, you can clasp your hands together again. So bending forward and turning. This is a really good challenge for balance, as you can see. We're doing a dynamic movement here, very, very beneficial. The struggle is real, but it gets better every time you practice, folks. Keep it going. Don't get discouraged. You're doing great. Turn that body and back. And bend with the front leg, turn the body, and push back with the front leg. And back, and down, and rotate, and push back with the front leg. Good. A few more times here. Down, rotate, and back. Good. Take a little breather. We're going to finish off with just a couple partner exercises here. These are the row or shoulder extensions. So you're linking the bands together if you have a partner. You're keeping your arms straight and to the side. And when you're ready, you're going to bring your hands back behind your body, keeping your arms straight, and returning to a relaxed position in the front. Bending your knees a little bit, coming back and forward. So you're working your rear deltoids or the back of your shoulders. Again, really good for posture. And pull back and relax. And pull back and relax. Good. And last but not least, of course, we're going to finish off with some good sitting and standing. So we've got two different variations here. So we're going to have one foot on the balance cushion initially. Having your arms towards your shoulders if you need to. If you want to push off the chair too, that's fine. But we're just working on standing and sitting. Trying to have a little bit of control coming up and down. Good, so you're sitting halfway back in the chair and then coming back up. You're not sitting all the way down, just coming halfway down and back up. And down and up. And if you don't have a balance cushion, you don't need to have the balance cushion. You can always just put your feet on the floor, or if you have a pillow, that may work, although that's up to your own discretion. We're going to switch sides and do the other side now. Good work. We're almost done, folks. Getting there. And up. And you're going to sit halfway back in the chair and stand back up. Halfway back, stand back up. Good work. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many are you doing? 9. I think we did 10, but you keep going if you need to. And finally, so instead of standing and then sitting down, we're going to be sitting and standing halfway up and then sitting back down. And add a little more challenge to it, and to work a few more of those muscles that are fairly weak, we're going to put the resistance band around our ankles, up towards our knees. We're going to keep our legs apart. And then stand halfway up, keeping that band always tight, and then back down. Halfway and back down. Sitting up halfway and back down. And for those of you who have a little bit of difficulty standing, or you find that it's getting a little bit more challenging, this is a really good exercise to do. Anytime you can think about it, just stand halfway up and back down. What you're doing is you're triggering those muscles that you know are going to be activated for standing. And over time, it's going to get easier and easier. This is Richard Major. Well, that's it for the class, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you'd like to get all of the equipment we use today, you can go to www.majorliving.ca and go check out the Strength and Balance Kit. And you're going to find everything we use in there and more.